Loveliest of trees, the cherry now is hung with bloom along the bough, and stands about the woodland rime, wearing white for Easter time.
Right, I'm going. I'm off.
Bye there, everybody.
Right, you're good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye, is that?
Are you going now?
Yes, I'm going now.
Have you got everything?
I think so.
Oh, look at your boots. Your boots are still clean.
So yeah, let's have a look at my boots.
Look upstairs.
Right, okay, I've only got one boot. So, who's stolen my boot?
What's up with this boot?
Just tell me where it is. Just tell me where it is, and then I'll just...
It happens every time.
Oh, I found it!
Well, where was it?
Yes. For goodness sake. See you soon. Now of my 80 years and 10, 20 will not come again, and since from 70 spring to score, it only leaves me 50 more.
Cherry hung with snow.
Why do you have to be so moral all the time?
It's the right thing.
I don't care if it's the right thing.
They need every able-bodied man they can get.
I don't want you to go. We don't want you to go.
No one wants to go. We have to go.
You don't have to go.
Nothing big, but yeah, it's just for me.
I had a tree with a swing in it. And the swing was bright orange, and I hate the colour orange. But I love this swing when I was a kid, so I have a really vivid memory of that is a comparison of between a thing that I love and felt really free and wonderful and hot summer days and lovely swinging up high, and the colour orange, which I hate. So it's a really mixed memory of wonderfulness and not so wonderfulness. I drew a picture of it. Where's the trees? There's my orange tree. There's my orange swing. We all did, didn't we? Draw a...
Yeah.
So whose was this one?
That's my tree, where we made petrol bombs.
So you might want to just explain that a little bit.
Oh, that's difficult. we were like 10, and we were having a fight with some kids from the road, me and my two brothers, and for whatever reason we decided we would make petrol bombs.
And you knew how to do that at age 10?
Well, it was kind of instinctive, I guess. No, not stereotyping here. So we just got like milk bottles and then went to the petrol station and they sold us petrol.
Wow.
And we put the petrol in the bottle and then we got rags and they sold us petrol, like kids. And then we put the petrol in the milk bottles, put some rags in, and then we're up in our tree house and then our neighbours came round for our like assigned fight at like whatever time we were meant to have it at. And, like, we lit them and then threw them down and they just fell over and just sort of leaked out of the ground. Thankfully.
I totally love that your romantic tree story that I thought everybody would have turned out to be about petrol bombs. Who else has got a tree up here that they want to...
I didn't put a tree up on the thing, and I wrote that I didn't have a tree because I didn't have any tree. And actually, Jen reminded me in the car on the way home one night that I do have a tree. I didn't then, but I do have a tree. So I had this... some toilet paper company, like 2 years ago, there was a thing that went around on Facebook, so if you click here, they'll send you some free toilet paper and they'll plant, and they'll give a tree or plant a tree or something. Anyway, I signed up for it and you had to give your address and all that, and they actually sent you a little baby tree stubby thing to plant. And so I got the toilet paper, and 6 months later, my mum was like, a stick has arrived for you in the post. Oh, I remember, it's the tree that I ordered. Can you plant it for me, please, Mum? So the next time I went back to Bristol, there was this, it was like a dead twig that she'd put dutifully in a pot and went, well, there it is, but it's been dead, love, sorry, but I'll water it and see if it comes on in the spring. And 2 years later, it's now about up to my knee and green and springy. So I do have a tree. I've literally grown a tree, and hopefully one day it gets repotted this year, and then it'll be a big tree.
You grew a tree out of toilet paper?
Yeah.
See, you do have a tree.
So I do have a tree.
Does anybody else have a tree that isn't up on the wall yet that we can add to the wall? Sabine, do you have a tree? You have a tree Mail has a tree. Do you want to tell us about Mail's tree?
When you went to our flat, we went to the garden, and we haven't done any gardening before, so I was like, I always wanted to have a fig tree. So we bought a little fig tree and put it in a pot, and we basically drowned it because we gave it. Everyone told us they need lots of water, but they didn't kind of tell us that they actually do not like to live in pots. So the tree was very sad and it didn't do anything. And then we decided to put it in the front garden in the earth, and it didn't do anything. And then after 2 or 3 years, I thought of threatened it, and I thought, if you're not doing anything next year, I'm going to rip you out. And since then, it had actually started. And it has. Can tell it's a rather big fig tree, but unfortunately, because we do not really own the front garden, the guy who does own the front garden has said he's going to threaten to rip it out because he just needs to have some gravel in the front garden. So my husband's very sad.
Do you think the next time he comes round, the guy who's going to do that, the fig tree will eat him? I like to think that might be.
Or grow little monsters.
Little monsters, little fig monsters.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Mainly because that's mine.